On this video, we're gonna pretty much reveal this welder here. So I've been wanting to get a TIG welder for the longest time. Never really got one. Not because of money, because I've bought plenty of other more expensive stuff. But I guess it's one of the things you want, but you don't want it bad enough, I guess. So I was talking to YesWelder, and they said, well, why don't we send you out a unit and you can try it out and let us know how it is. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. So they sent me a TIG 200p AC/DC Pro. So this is their newer upgraded unit. It has a lot nicer features than the older model. So we're gonna unbox it, see what comes with it. If you're new to welding, we'll see what comes with the package and what you may need to buy, you know, on the side. Because if you're new to welding, you're gonna probably need a regulator. I'm not sure if this comes with a regulator, but that's the whole point of doing an unboxing. What do you get? What other accessories do you need in order to start welding? So they also sent me a box of 5 pounds of 1/8 inch 40-43 filler rods. So that's awesome. I'll try these out and see how they are. Again, I'm not a professional welder, especially TIG. I have TIGged in the past with someone else's machine, but I've never had my own machine, and I haven't done it long enough to like be really good at it. So this is going to be like a learning curve, and what better way to learn than to just trying it out. I do have some scrap aluminum there. We're going to try it out, but first we're going to unbox it. This is most likely going to be a multiple video series because, like I said, there might be things that I need to buy in order to actually start welding, but we'll see when we open it. So let's turn the box around, cut it open, and see what's in it. All right, so move this to the side. I'll show you guys real quick. It's just a bunch of them, 5 pounds. These are nice because they're short. Some people like the wicked long ones. I'll try the short ones and see how they are. I think the short one will be a little easier to work with. It does have a flat spot here and it's stamped 40-43, so it's kind of cool that it's stamped. I'm not sure if all of them are stamped because, like I said, I haven't been around TIG for so long to be able to tell you guys that. But it's nice that this one is. So that way, if you have multiple grades, it'll let you know exactly which one you have in your hand if they're mixed. So let's open this up and see what we get. Not the smartest way to open a box because razor blades can, but gotta take some risk. All right, let's see what we got here. So we have a little accessory box here. To the side. Then we have the actual welder here. Put the box down here. Nice and small, which is kind of good. I mean, it's 2024 and things are just getting smaller and smaller. There's no need to have these huge machines like back in the day, the transformer style machines that were the size of a closet. So very nice looking machine. It does have their upgraded LED display, so that's kind of cool. Decently heavy. Back here you have your power button and the input for gas, so there will be a hose here that will connect from here to your argon if you're doing aluminum, which that's the whole point why I got this here. I want to try and take aluminum. So very nice all around. Feels pretty quality. The knob, everything looks very decent, honestly. So you do have a 220 plug here. I believe there is an adapter here to convert this to 110. I would not recommend you run this on 110. I do have a cut 50 plasma cutter, which is basically just a Chinese plasma cutter, and that thing on 110 is almost useless. You can barely cut paper with it. 220, that thing will cut 1/4 inch like nothing. So if you're going through the trouble of, you know, doing something like this, just wire 220 in your garage. It's not hard, and it'll give you the best results. So let's see what we got here. All right, we have the gas cable. This will again connect back here, and the other end will connect to your regulator. You have your owner's manual. Then you have your torch for stick. If you want to do stick welding, I am probably not going to attempt it. I don't think I've ever tried it in my whole life, but it's cool to know that this is like a 6-in-1 machine. It'll do it. If I ever need to weld something very thick, I have it. I can try it. So that's cool that they send you that. You have your ground clamp. Looks like 6 to 8 feet, probably 8 feet. It doesn't say. Does it say? No. So pretty long ground clamp. Let's see how. It's pretty long. I'd probably say 8 feet, maybe 10. Clamp feels good. So that's cool. Then you have your adapter. So this here, you will plug in this here, and then it'll give you 110. The machine will automatically know when you plug in 110 or 220. So again, I don't recommend you run 110 because I've tried it on inverter style machines. The 110 is for like mild, very thin stuff. So if you want to just plug it in and use it on every thickness and just do 220, you will not have any problems. Obviously, if you have absolutely no access to 220 volt, then yeah, this is your only option. But if you have an option, or if you can add 220 to your garage for not a lot of money and you can afford it, 100% do that. Don't even bother with a 110. Then we have our torch. We do have a consumables package here. It looks like you got a number of 4, 5, and 6 cup, and then you have your cullet. So that's cool. And then the torch feels very nice, heavy duty, nice, and this is nice and thick to protect the nice little button here. It does have a little thing that this comes out. It's like a little chip. We'll see what that's for after, but that's pretty cool. It's basically just a little click button here. Very long. Looks like maybe 10 feet. I'll give you guys the exact measurement once I go through the manual and stuff. So yeah, so it looks like you do not get a regulator, so you are going to need a regulator. Let me see for consumables. I do not see any tungsten here, so you might have to buy tungsten, whatever color tungsten you want. I'm going to go with blue because blue will do AC and DC, and blue is like the do-it-all. Some people like the red, but back in the day, the red, people were saying that it was like toxic when you grind it, and it was something scary about it that people, they like stopped selling it for a while, but then now they're selling it again. So I guess they decided it wasn't as bad. But either way, I'm going to go with the blue because the blue is all around. It'll do stainless, it'll do aluminum, it'll do AC, it'll do DC. So it's like that tungsten is going to work for everything that I need it for. It might not last as long as like the other tungstens, but like I said, for what I'm doing, I am not a business. I'm not going to be building all these things every single day. I'm sure this machine can handle it because it feels very quality. So I'm going to order up a regulator. I'm going to order up tungstens, maybe a little more consumables, and that's pretty much all I need. I already do have a full tank of argon, pure 100% argon. That's what you're going to need for aluminum. I already have that. And then, yeah, I have some scrap aluminum. I'm going to try it out and see if we can make a nice pass and see how it looks. All right, so we're going to do a quick setup here. I did order the stuff that I needed, so the regulator and stuff. So in the meantime, I'm going to set it up. And when this stuff comes in tomorrow, I did expedite. That way I can have a video for you guys soon. When the stuff comes in, I'll set it all up and we'll start welding. So we'll set up the torch for now. I did order blue tungsten, 332nds. So I'll take a 332nd here, stamped it right on it. 3/32. So we'll take that, take the adapter, the cap, and we'll do a number 6 cup. I'll show you guys how to set up. I don't have this tungsten here with me, obviously, but I'll show you guys how to set it up. So this tip goes in first, screws in there from the front. Doesn't have to be super tight, just hand tight. I'm actually going to take, I'll just snug it. You don't want to over tighten it, just a quick, okay, that's it, just a snug. And then you take your 3/32 or whatever size you're going to use, drop it in from the back with the thinner part of the collet facing down. And then this is where you will put your tungsten in and make it stick out as far as you want. I don't have it, so I'm going to put the cap back on here. Screw it in until it stops. And the way this works is you loosen this up. You can move the tungsten back and forth. So you put this cup on. You move the tungsten back and forth. You put it out as far as you want it, and then you tighten this here. And what that does is that secures the tungsten so the tungsten cannot move. So this is set up until we get the tungsten. This here, like I said, I'm not going to use because I have 220. We'll go in the back here. We'll open up our gas line. Our gas hose. I know I said line. Yes, basically just a gas hose. Set this aside. It is the same on both sides, so no matter which way you do it. I am going to have a cart that I'm making to have this on, but in the meantime, I'll leave it on the table here. Yeah, this, you don't need any Teflon or anything. It has the sealing surfaces right here, so this will just thread it in. And you can use a wrench just to snug it. Again, you don't need to go crazy and over tighten it. It is a good idea to have 2 wrenches so you don't put all the force on the fitting. You want to hold the fitting when you're tightening, so I'll grab another one of these. There you go. So I use the bigger one to hold the whole thing. The smaller one to tighten it. That's it. So this is as far as the setup that we're going to get today because, like I said, I don't have the stuff. This side will go to your regulator, which we don't have yet. And I also did order a foot pedal. So when I did TIG welding in the past, I tried a foot pedal. So you can use the button on the torch. But apparently it's easier to learn if you use the pedal, because if you're putting too much amperage down and you're burning a hole through whatever you're welding, you can take the foot pedal and you can back off, and it'll back off on the amperage, and it'll not run as hot. So it's basically adjustable right on the fly with a foot pedal. So they did not send me a foot pedal, which is totally fine because they sent me the welder, and just that alone, that's awesome. So thank you, YesWelder, for sending me this. But I did go on the side and I did order one from them, just so I can have it, because that way it'll add more features to the machine. It'll make it easier for me to learn the machine and learn to weld properly. So 100%, no matter what machine you get, always opt for a foot pedal because that makes life so much easier. I am going to order more of the filler rods. So they sent me the 4043, this is really good for, this is not as strong as 5356, but this is a lot stronger when it comes to heat. So like for engine bay work, if you're doing intercoolers or anything in the engine bay that's going to see heat, you want to use 4043. When you can use 5356 anywhere other than a heat application, that will be stronger. That will weld a little easier. It'll be a little easier to control. You do need a little more heat to melt that rod, but the weld itself just looks so much better. But again, application for everything. So most of the stuff that I want to do, it's probably going to be under the hood stuff. Intercooler piping, intakes, little reservoirs or something like that. But I am going to buy the other one just in case I want to do something that doesn't doesn't go near heat. It'll be a stronger weld. It'll look prettier. So I am going to order 53, 56 at some point. But for now, we're going to burn through this here and see how this one does. So yeah, guys, for this video, this is going to be it. As soon as this stuff comes in, I'm going to set it all up, and then we're going to start welding. I'll show you guys all my settings on the screen, how to work the menu. Like I said, this is going to be a multiple video series on using this welder, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it. And again, if you've never welded before, this is a perfect opportunity for you to pick one of these up. For the price, they're really competitive, because the next one on the line that it's like known to be really good would be like a prime weld, and that's like just under $1,000, and that's the one that I was gonna get. But you know, YesWelder was like, just, we'll send you this, tell me what you think. And honestly, it looks like a very quality machine. So it does have so many options, and it was just released not that long ago. So I'm gonna give this a try before I spend all that money on a welder. So yeah, guys, see you guys on the next video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Take care.